Hey guys, Crewman here, and I am at my 2.5 month update since the Ethereum merge, and we have quite a few changes in the farm. So let's go over the biggest change. The biggest change, I'm sure you can maybe tell or you can't, is everything is on and we are profitable again. So that's good. It's it only took 2.5 months, a lot longer than, or a lot shorter than some people thought. There's a bunch of caveats, which I'll explain later. So let me go over some of the big changes I made in the farm. So the first is I was able to acquire a 1.2 gigahash farm that I sold a few graphics cards for, and I'll show you the rigs. And I was able to sell basically every single older generation GPU, along with some of the higher end GPUs to pay for this farm. So total, you're looking at, in terms of ETH, just as a number that people recognize, I'm about 7.5 gigahash. Again, this costs no money out of pocket. I have not invested more money into this farm. All I've done is taken the money I've sold from GPUs and I've reinvested it back in. And I was able to just get good deals on cards. So let's start with a rig tour. All right. So, the first one I want to show you is a 6X 5700 XT rig. Basically, I sold a 3080 and a RX 580 to cover the cost of this one. It's mining ETH Classic right now. I might move it to Casper or I might shut it off. I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to hit another threshold, a payout threshold, and then we'll see where we're at. Then we've got a EVGA 6xC70 rig, good old faithful. I've had this one for quite a while, mining Caspa. We've got my 3080 rig. I've made a few changes to this. This is basically what's left of the 3080s. I've sold every other 3080, and I've just kept these 7, and it's mining away on Caspa, doing pretty well. Then I've got a new rig. I basically sold all my RX 580, 570, 564 gigs, and I replaced them with a 6X 3060 Ti rig from that farm I got. I'm pretty happy with that one. And I've got, this one hasn't changed. It's a 4x 3060 Ti 23070 rig. Same with this one. Had these forever. This one is the same thing as it's always been, just a mixture of 3060s and 3070s. It's 3 and 3. And I've got my CPU 3900X mining Raptorium. I've done pretty well on Raptorium. My Raptorium bag is solid, and I definitely think I've ROI'd and then some on. Next, we've got a 7x 6700 XT rig. These AMD cards, if you're willing to put the work in, they do great on Caspa. I'm really enjoying it. Next, I've got it's three 6800s and three 6700 XTs. Mine in Caspa. There used to be more cards in this, but I didn't want to mix the 5000 and 6000 series for Caspa, so I popped off the 5600 XT. Not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. And I've sold all my Midnight Black 6800 XTs, as they're still worth some money, and it didn't seem like I should keep them when I could sell them. So yeah, over here is a 6800 that I got for a really, really good deal from a previous video. It had no fans, so I had to replace the fans. Dead fans, I should say. This is a 6x 6800 and 6800 XT rig. Mining Caspa as well. Then over here, we've got the most stable rig I have. This thing's crashed maybe once in the last year. 4 3070s, 2 3060s, mining Caspa. 3060 efficiency on Caspa is meh, but that's okay. Then we've got a 20 series / 30 series rig, 3060 Ti, 2 3060s, and the last 3 of my Turing GPUs. I don't really feel like selling them, to be honest with you. I can't really get what I paid for them, so I'm just going to sit on them. Not that I really care, but I'm not going to replace them. And I have the space, and they're profitable, so I might as well just sit on them. Here is one of the big purchases I've got. This was one of the biggest parts of the farm that I bought. It is 9 3070s, all non-LHR, not that that matters anymore, all mining Caspa. EVGA, MSI, and Asus, they're all running great. And I got the B250 Mining Expert along with it. Up here you've seen this rig before. It's a mix of 3060 Ti's and 3070s and a 3080. I think it's 4 and 1. So I think it's 4 3070s, 4 3060 Ti's, and 1 3080. And then up here we've got my 3070 Ti rig. It's doing great. Mining Casper. I'm very much enjoying the efficiency on these things. So yeah, guys, this is where my farm is. It's doing great, to be honest with you. Let me just give you an example of how efficient these things are on Casper. Sorry, I gotta move these wires because I have monitors hooked up, just because I want to see how everything's doing. So this rig is actually on its own PDU right now. And to give you an idea, so it's 9 3070s on Casper. And right here, as you can see from the wall, it is literally pulling 670 watts. That is wild. These power levels, the efficiency rating on Casper is insane. So yeah, this is it. Very happy with where it's at. It's getting a little hot here because I have the fans closed, and this is the second video I've filmed. So any future expansion plans? I have none. I have the parts to expand. As part of that farm, I was able to get some spare parts for free. I have risers, spare motherboards, spare power supplies, but I plan on spending no money if possible to expand. You know, if I can get a really, really good deal on some 3070s and these 3080s are still holding value, there might be a chance that I sell those off. But I can't see myself really selling any of the 3060 Ti's, 3060s, 3070s. I really just frankly don't think they're worth enough to justify selling. I'd rather just keep them and mine with them as long as I'm somewhat breaking even or even a little bit profitable, which I am. So this is the farm. I have a feeling it's going to stay like this for quite some time. Again, I'm very happy with it. And we are profitable again, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a good day to be mining. I'll show you some numbers on what to mine, show you how much I'm making. Spoiler alert, it's not that much, but it's better than nothing. And here we are mining away. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. Please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I'm getting a lot of views, and I'm getting some subscribers, and I really, really appreciate it, guys. The more you're able to subscribe, the more I'm able to film, the more you like. It helps motivate me. All right, everybody. Again, I wanted to thank you for liking and subscribing. Fruit Man out.